What happens when a project designed to symbolize American greatness turns into a public relations nightmare? That's exactly the situation Donald Trump is facing after spending millions of taxpayer dollars on a controversial renovation of Washington's famous reflecting pool. The project was supposed to be simple. The goal was to transform the historic pool into what Trump reportedly called American Flag Blue, a patriotic makeover meant to create a more visually impressive landmark. But less than a week after completion, something unexpected happened. The bright blue water began turning green. And now, instead of showcasing a symbol of American pride, the administration is scrambling to explain why a $14 million renovation is being overtaken by algae. Images from Washington quickly spread across social media. Critics mocked the project. Environmental experts questioned the planning. And late-night comedians wasted no time turning the entire situation into comedy gold. According to reports, crews have been working around the clock to remove algae buildup, while dumping large amounts of hydrogen peroxide into the water in an effort to restore the intended color. Yet despite those efforts, the problem remains highly visible. Experts say the challenge may have been predictable from the beginning. Washington summers bring intense sunlight, warm temperatures, and conditions that naturally encourage algae growth. In other words, painting a shallow pool dark blue may have unintentionally created the perfect environment for the very problem officials are now trying to eliminate. But the growing controversy isn't just about algae. It's about money. The renovation originally carried an estimated price tag of roughly $1.8 million. Today, reports suggest costs have ballooned well beyond that figure, eventually reaching more than $14 million, with some estimates climbing even higher once additional cleanup efforts are included. That dramatic increase has raised questions about oversight, planning, and accountability. Supporters argue the project included major infrastructure upgrades, leak repairs, and the installation of a filtration system designed to improve long-term maintenance. Critics counter that taxpayers were promised a straightforward renovation and ended up funding a project that immediately encountered problems. And politically, the symbolism couldn't be worse. For years, Trump has used the phrase "drain the swamp" as one of his most recognizable political slogans. Now opponents are joking that instead of draining a swamp, he may have accidentally built a new one. The jokes practically write themselves. Late-night hosts have compared the green water to everything from neglected swimming pools to failed theme park attractions. Social media users flooded platforms with memes highlighting the irony. Even some conservative commentators have struggled to defend what many viewers can see with their own eyes. The administration insists the situation is under control. Officials maintain that advanced filtration technology is working and that the algae bloom has already been neutralized. According to their explanation, what people are seeing is simply the cleanup process. But that explanation hasn't fully convinced critics. Many point out that if the project was completed successfully, the public shouldn't be witnessing such a dramatic transformation almost immediately after reopening. And that's where the story becomes larger than the pool. Because in politics, perception often matters as much as reality. A project intended to demonstrate competence, strength, and attention to detail is now generating headlines for entirely different reasons. Whether the algae problem ultimately disappears is almost secondary. The real damage may already be done. The images are everywhere. The jokes are spreading. And the narrative has taken on a life of its own. For supporters, it's a temporary maintenance issue being exaggerated by political opponents. For critics, it's another example of expensive promises failing to deliver expected results. Either way, the reflecting pool controversy has become one of the most unexpected political stories of the week. As cleanup crews continue their work in Washington, one question remains. Will Americans remember the finished project? Or will they remember the pictures of a multi-million-dollar pool turning green just days after completion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was this simply bad luck? Or was this a preventable mistake that should have been seen coming from the start? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more political analysis and breaking news updates.